Hi, everyone. Hi, trainers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Apra, and I welcome you all on behalf of FitBudd to another edition of our live webinar series. We have a very exciting and a very crucial topic for you today, especially if you're a trainer who's looking to grow your business. We'll be talking about email marketing and how to get more paid clients through email marketing. We're also very lucky to be joined by Jani Dittman, our speaker today. Jani is a fitness trainer and a fitness influencer. She has her own app, FitDits, with FitBudd, and she's seen immense success through it. Jani has over 25 years of experience under her belt, and in that period, she's amassed a huge clientele for herself through the art of email marketing. She has leveraged and perfected the techniques of email marketing, and as a result, currently, she has over 100 plus active clients on her app. So, who better to get a masterclass from than the master herself, right? Jani, we're so grateful to have you here, and I'm sure people are also super excited to learn from you. So let's give them what they're here for. Please take it away.
Okay. Okay, we got it. Okay, so email marketing. Does email marketing work in 2023? So the short answer is yes. Email marketing works in 2023. With the rise of social media, it can be super tempting to neglect email. But the most important number that nobody will ever see is the amount of subscribers that you have. We kind of get caught up in the vanity numbers, the likes, the number of followers and all that, because those are the numbers that people can see. But what actually matters are the numbers that are on your email list, the number of people that are actually converting and buying your products. So if you aren't actively growing your email list and you're only posting on social media, then social media is basically just a time-consuming hobby and not a business. So I'm hoping my goal is for you guys today is to start today in an email list with you. If you don't have one, start today and make one. And if you have one and you're not really utilizing it, then my goal is for you to create an automation and get email marketing to work for you. So why email marketing? Why you need an email marketing list? It's basically a better way for you to connect to your audience. And once you can connect to your audience, you can get them to know you. You can get them to trust you, like you. And once they know, like, and trust you, they will buy from you. A couple years ago, I felt like I was just totally spinning my wheels, posting on social media and then trying to, do all the programming for my clients. And it's just, nothing was really working. I just felt like I was putting in so many hours of work, filming videos and editing videos and writing captions and posting on social media. I wasn't really getting anywhere. And so I decided to invest in this online business class course, and I took it. And the section on email marketing was a major aha moment for me. Basically, she taught us how to create an email automation, and it takes out so much of the busy work for you, and it has been a game changer in my online business. So I'm hoping today to be able to teach you how to do that for yourself. And just a heads up, I am not an expert by any means on like email marketing or even like email platforms. But what I learned is that you don't have to be an expert at something in order to teach somebody something. You just have to be a few steps ahead of somebody else in order to teach them. So that's where I'm at today. I might be a few steps ahead of you. So I'm hoping that you can learn from me. Okay, so next slide. How social media and email lists differs from each other. So social media, all the followers you have on social media, you do not own those followers. Instagram does, Facebook does, Twitter does. They own those followers. On your email list, you own the list of email addresses. Those are yours. So, and you can even back up that list. So if something happens to Instagram and that's all you have, you lost all of your followers. You lost all of your potential clients. Email list, you have them. You can make a backup of your list and you will always have them. The algorithm changes. And I think most of us know how frustrating that the algorithm can be on social media. Sometimes, you'll have a post that does amazing and you'll get, lots of followers and lots of likes and all that. And then, the next post you put up could just be dead or die, So you're always kind of relying on that algorithm. And it's like, you just get lucky. You just get lucky in one post and it does really well. And so, but then the next post could just tank. So that's what I hate, is just being so reliant on the algorithm. But for your emails, your email list is going in their inbox. Whether or not they open it, that's to be determined. But at least it's going to their email in their inbox. Whereas social media, most of the followers that you have don't even see your post. But we'll talk a little bit later and some tips on how we can get people to open your email list or open your email. Another thing is on social media is that the platform can ban your account. You can lose access to your followers. You can get hacked and lose all that work you've done. You've just lost it all. But with an email list, nobody's going to hack your account. You're not going to lose your followers because they're yours. And then social media, a lot of times you're limited in the caption or what you can write. Whereas an email list, you can make it as short or as long as you want. You can add links, you can send PDFs. So you can just do so much more in your emails than you can on a social media post. So your email list, let's start building it today. So next slide. Okay, another thing I want to say, I think we'll come back to that one. So there's 3 types of emails. So today I want you to, if you have a piece of paper, go ahead and get one out with a pen, and I want you to make 3 columns on that piece of paper, because there's 3 types of emails for an email automation. So an email automation, once I learned about the email automation, it was such an eye-opener for me, because I didn't have to, because before I had my freebie, right? And so I was getting people on my list, but then once I got them on my list, it was just like the next email they got was just the next time I decided to go ahead and send out an email, which may be a week later or a month later or whatever. And so with an email automation, basically it's a series of emails that you write, and you only have to write them one time. And then once you have that series, you automate it in your mail system so that anybody that comes into your list and is tagged accordingly, they automatically get sent that series of emails. And so that is just a huge game changer for your online business right there. So there's 3 types of emails that you want to put in your email automation. You have, first of all, your delivery email. So that's the first email that they get right away. So you have your freebie, okay? Hey, sign up for my free 1-week trial on my app, right? Or here's this free PDF, with high protein snacks or something like that. You offer them a freebie, they sign up on your list, and then they immediately get that delivery email with, here you go, here's the digital product I promised you, okay? And then you welcome them into your audience. So then that's your delivery email. That's just one email. Then your next email is going to be your next series of emails. And I recommend a minimum of 3 of these. They're going to be your keep in touch emails. So this is that next column. And I want you to maybe brainstorm 3 different things that you can email them. So these emails are going to be directly related to the product that they signed up for. Okay, so for me, I offer a free 1-week, 7-day subscription to try out my subscription to my app. Okay, so my next 3 emails are going to be directly related to that 7-day trial. So I'm going to be sending them support emails along the way. So it could be tips and tricks about, the app itself, hey, there's this feature that does this, there's this feature that does this. It could also be, the why behind your programming, maybe talk about progressive overload, how they can apply it, to their program. So basically these kit emails are just directly related to the free thing that you sent them, and they're to support them and to maybe answer some frequently asked questions about that particular digital product. Okay. So you want a minimum of 3 of those. And so if we'll get to that in a second. And then the nurture emails, again, a minimum of 3. These are going to be your value emails. These are going to be the ones that you might link a blog post. You might tell them a story. You might send them a free recipe, just complete value. These are emails you don't want to sell them, okay? You want to provide value, value, value. These are the emails that they're going to get to know you. They're going to trust you, okay? So that they will keep buying from you, okay? So the delivery email 1, 3 keep in touch emails, and 3 nurture emails. Okay, so the reason why, go ahead and go to the next screen. So we kind of went over this a little bit, but when to send a delivery email is going to be immediately after the purchase. Okay, right away. They signed up, they want to hear from you, they want their product. Okay. Then the next keep in touch email kind of depends on, whether or not, so like if I'm providing a free week subscription, a free week trial to my subscription, within that 7 days, I'm going to send out the next 3 emails. I think actually have like 4 emails that I send out in that week's time, just to support them and give them value during that week. So those next week could be like, so I think I might have my delivery email goes out right away. And then my next email comes out like maybe a couple hours later. And that's going to be like, hey, did you, just reminding you to, fill out your onboarding questionnaire so that I can send you your workouts, just, to kind of get them excited about what they just signed up for. And then the next couple during that week are going to be just support emails, like maybe something, mindset related, or to motivate them, because you want to keep them excited about the product that you just sent them. Okay. So then after the week, I'm hoping that they converted to a paid subscriber. Okay. And then your nurture emails are going to come in. Okay. And you're going to just send them, a free recipe or a free PDF or, a snack list that has high protein snack ideas. Just something like that to give them value. Tell them a story. You really want them to get to know you, to trust you, connect with these emails. Okay. All right. So we have a couple of templates that you can use for these 3 types of emails. So go ahead and go to the next slide. So this is a template for your delivery email. So basically you can take this template and you just kind of fill in your words in these templates. And then you have your delivery email. The first line, you're going to welcome them, tell them you're super excited to have them, try out your free trial or whatever it is that you're giving them. Okay. And then tell them, this is what, you're going to accomplish in these next 7 days. And then if you can put it in bullet points, it makes it super easy to read. So I think in my delivery email, I have like 3 or 4 bullet points. I say, make sure you've downloaded the app. Make sure you filled out your onboarding questionnaire. Introduce, if you have a Facebook, for your group of people, or if you utilize the group chat in the FitBudd platform, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. And then what I was taught to do, and what is really effective, is that last bullet point. I always say, reply to this email and say, got it. It just takes 2 seconds to say, got it. And what that does, by replying to you, it lets their email provider know that you're a safe person to hear from, and that your next emails will most likely not go to their junk mail. So that's the big tip there. Just say reply, say got it, and that way that your future emails are going to go to their inbox and not their junk mail. Okay. And then always include a call to action at the end of your email. In a big block or a big button, put download my app, or get started, or whatever. At the end of your email, always include a call to action. So that's the template for the delivery email. And then go to the next slide. Keep in touch. Basically, these are, again, your support emails. Okay, you're going to go into a little more detail about the program. Maybe ask them how it's going. They don't have to be real long. Just you're kind of just supporting them through this week. Okay, this is they want to hear from you. They signed up for your free thing. They want to hear more. So you need to support them right away in this. Once they've signed up to your email list. Okay. And again, always sharing a call to action, whether it's, maybe, hey, just reply to me and tell me, how was today's workout, or just give them a reason to reply back to you, or some type of call to action is always good to put at the end of your emails. All right, next slide. And then again, your nurture emails, and again, just use the template, reword just put your words in there. And I don't know how many of you guys use ChatGPT, but I was to the point where, because I hate writing emails. It's just time consuming, and my perfectionist self takes over, and it takes me way longer than it really should take me. And so once I learned about ChatGPT, oh my gosh, that was such a lifesaver, you guys. I was contemplating on hiring a copywriter because I can't stand to write emails. And I actually tried a couple copywriters, and they were so cheesy. I was like, no, that's just not me. That's not you. It's super important that your emails do sound like you. So, you don't want somebody, otherwise people are going to see right through it. Okay. But once I found out about ChatGPT, you literally can just say, hey, write me an email about, the importance of progressive overload in, getting stronger. And then include a call to action to blah, blah, blah. And then in seconds, you have an email from ChatGPT. Now, then I always go in, and then I'll, reword, make it sound like me. But the ChatGPT has been a game changer. So hopefully most of you guys are using that by now, because it really, saves you a ton of time. Okay, so the nurture emails, sometimes the nurture emails can be it could be like tips for staying on track while traveling. That's a good time for this time of year. People are traveling. Again, linking a blog post or maybe a YouTube video or something like that. Just kind of give them value and avoid selling in these emails. Okay. And the reason why is because if you are only using your email list as a booty call, okay, people are going to tune you out. The only time they hear from you is when you want to sell them something. People are just going to tune you out. You're going to sound like a broken record, and people are going to stop opening your emails. So you want to do value, 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 sell, and then value, 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 sell. Okay. But you got to give them that value, because otherwise, in fact, I signed up for, I opted into, I teach also group fitness classes. I got to let my dog out. He's going to start barking in just a second. Right, quick, go on. Sorry, guys. So I signed up. I teach group fitness classes, and he had, like a big ebook on all these different fun group formats that you could use. And I was like, ooh, I want that. So I signed up to get that. I think I paid, I don't know, it was just like a cheap thing. It was like, 25, 30 bucks. And that was kind of like his cheap thing to get me on his email list. So I got my product, and it was good. I really liked it. But then every email that he sent out after was like, subscribe to this, subscribe to this. And so he would use his subject lines as like, oh, you got to try this awesome finisher or whatever. And so I would open it only to find out that I had to subscribe to get that awesome finisher. And it was super annoying to me. So finally I just stopped opening his emails, because that's the only time he emailed to, wanted me to subscribe to his, his platform. So anyways, give them value, 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 and then sell, okay? All right, so let's go to the next slide. So the next slides are going to be about, basically building an email marketing campaign. So you have like, a challenge coming up, or you have a new program in your app, something that you want to market, okay? Or maybe you just want to, increase brand awareness, or just, educate people, whatever. We're going to talk about how to create, a campaign. So go to the next slide. So, okay, first of all, you got to have an email list. So we've been talking about, the importance of having an email list. Well, how do we get there? So a couple ways that I use. First, you got your free week that you offer, or my free week on my, subscription. Sometimes I'll offer like a free workout PDF. Say, hey, I've got this super fun, format, use it on your own, use it in your classes, whatever. And, to get this, PDF, just, go to the link. So in my, in your social media profile, you have a link. I'm sure most of you already have that. And then there's like a link tree that says, yes, send me the free PDF. And I also have a button there that just says, for free PDFs, or, more, nutritional tips or fitness tips, sign up for my email. So make sure you have that in your bio, in your social media platforms, to sign up on your email list. And then from there, if you have a blog, you can promote, your blog posts or whatever. Just you want to try to get people in to your email list, because those are the people that are going to be more likely to buy from you. Okay, those people who sign up on your email list are good. They want to hear more. They say, I like what you have to say. Tell me more. So those people are your warm audience, and they're going to be much more likely to convert to paid clients. Okay. All right, next slide. Okay, so once you get them into your email list, this was kind of overwhelmed me at first, to be honest. But then once I figured it out, it's kind of a game changer. So, you want to segment your audience or give them like a hashtag. So basically you can segment them as a new subscriber, your leads, you know, maybe those people that signed up or downloaded your app, but they didn't quite sign up for a plan yet. Then you got your paid customers or your churned clients. So the way you market to each of those people is going to be a little bit differently, right? So I have a separate email automation sequence set up for each of those different segments. I have one for a new subscriber that's going to try out my my subscription. And then I have a whole different email automation for those that didn't quite sign up. They didn't get out their credit card and they didn't plug in the numbers. So I have a whole different email automation for that. And then, you know, so, and then there's emails I might send out to those that are already paid subscribers. Those emails are going to be different than the emails I send out to leads. So sending out, you know, your emails to your segments, you're going to get a much better conversion rate, whether or not, instead of just sending out an email that kind of blankets everybody. Does that make sense? All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so then a strong subject line. A strong subject line can make or break your email. It could be, you know, whether or not they open it or they don't open it. And so that's where ChatGPT comes in again. I use that a lot. I'll just say, hey, come up with 10 different subject ideas that catchy, you know, subject ideas for this email. And then you kind of just briefly type in what the email is, and then boom, it'll give you tons of different ideas for an email subject line. You want to create curiosity in that subject line. I guarantee you, if you send out an email that with a subject line that says how to progressive overload, nobody's going to open that email. But if you send out that same email, but put this as your subject line, say, the one key ingredient you need to get stronger, then somebody's going to open that email, you know, rather than, you know, if you just said, this is how to progressive overload. So you got to have them catchy. You got to create curiosity. Another good one for creating curiosity is, I've been waiting months to tell you this. You know, we'll tell you what. So then they'll open the email to find out what that was. So try to create curiosity, something catchy, because you want them to open your email. And then you can A/B test your subject line. So most email, I personally use MailChimp. You can A/B test your subject line. So you could say, okay, I'm going to use this subject line for this group, and I'm going to use this subject line for this group. And then you can see which one performs better. So these email platforms, MailChimp, for instance, keeps track of your open rates and your click rates and all that. And it'll give you those stats once you send out an email. So it's awesome because you can say, okay, this type of subject line performed really well, and I know to use something like that again for the next time. Or for your automations, the great thing about your email automations is you can go back and tweak them and change them as much as you want. So keep tweaking, keep trying different things to find out what is going to perform the best. Never use all caps. I am kind of guilty of that. I have used all caps, you know, occasionally, but it's just, you don't want them to feel like somebody is yelling at them. And then experiment with emojis. I use emojis occasionally. You just probably don't want to use like tons of like emoji overload in your subject line. There might be a higher chance of it going to junk mail if it just looks really junky, right? All right, let's go to the next screen. So again, GPT is going to be your best friend here. And it was just a game changer for me in writing emails to convert. You want something catchy. So if you've got a challenge coming up, or you got a new program coming up, or something like that, or like this one uses the new year as a kind of a sample. But you could use this as a template to kind of go and write your marketing campaign email. And just change the words or use ChatGPT, but you got to make it sound like you. But use convincing copy that's going to get them to convert. And that's where ChatGPT really helps me, because I'm not like super I hate coming off like salesy or cheesy. So that's just my personality. But you want your email to match your personality. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Personalization, again, that's going to get them to, if they see their name, if they're going to, feel more connected to you, rather than you just, hey everyone, I've got something, or if you say, hey, Janny, then you're talking to me. You're not talking to everyone, you're talking to me. So personalize, always start your email with their first name for sure. And then if you can use their name again anywhere else in the body of your email, go for it. I wouldn't overdo it, because then that sounds salesy to me. I think when somebody's trying to sell you something, they just reuse your name over and over again. I think there's kind of a happy medium there, but definitely use their name at the beginning so that they think you're talking to them and not everyone, right? Add your logo, your signature. Most of you probably have certain fonts and brand colors. So incorporate all of that into your emails and kind of keep that uniform for each of your emails, so they start to kind of, recognize, oh, this is, from Janny, or this is, it kind of resonates with your brand. And so I think I'm on the wrong page here. Sorry, I keep getting to forward. So yeah, so if they can keep your brand flow within your emails. I use Canva a lot. I think, sorry, yeah, thank you. Oh, go back one more time. Yeah, stay there for a second. I use Canva. I don't know if you guys use Canva a lot, but Canva is awesome. And they have tons of email header templates that you can go in and add a picture. So it's just more personable, so people can, see you, recognize you, and connect with you. So Canva is really, really good. Love Canva. Okay. Now the next slide. Okay, so obviously you got to have something to send your emails through. I use MailChimp. There's a lot of other platforms out there, but FitBudd has MailChimp integration, which is gold, you guys. I cannot stress enough how excited I was when they started this integration with FitBudd. Because before, when somebody signed up, you get the email from FitBudd. Then I was having to go in and copy that email address and then go to my MailChimp and then add them as a subscriber and then put the tag on there so it would trigger the emails. And it just was a lot of extra busy work. But with the MailChimp integration that FitBudd has now is gold. So now when somebody signs up, FitBudd automatically tags them, whether they signed up as a lead or if they signed up as a, I think they use a FitBudd. I can't remember the tags they are. The MailChimp has come up with their own segment. So whether a lead or a paid subscriber, okay? And so they'll tag that and they're automatically put into your audience in MailChimp. And then that tag triggers your email sequence, your email automation, and then that series of emails that we talked about, the delivery email, the 3 keep in touch emails, and the nurture emails, all that is triggered and it's all automatic. And so it is such a game changer for growing and scaling your business. It is super, super important. So, but yes, you'll need so if you don't have one yet, you'll need an email provider. And if you don't have one, I would suggest MailChimp because of the fact that they are integrated with FitBudd. Okay. What else? Okay, next slide. Okay, another thing that you'll want to do is, can you all still hear me good? Okay, okay. Most email providers will keep track of your stats for you. And you can go back and check your subscribes, your open rates, your click-through rates, your conversion rates, your non-opens. And then you can even go back and retarget. So if you have say I have, a bunch of people that didn't even open the email, you can go back and trigger and say, hey, resend that email to those people that didn't open it. It's super helpful, and then you can decide which emails performed well and then recreate those ones that performed well. Okay. Next slide. And then going back to that testing, most email providers have a way to test that A/B test, figure out which ones performed well, test your headlines, test your subject lines, maybe it's the placement of your visuals or your call to action buttons, experiment with all those different things and then, figure out which one works the best and then use that one. Okay. And you can always go back and tweak things, but I want you today is just get the sequence written. Just do it. Write those emails. I use Google Docs to write my emails. And then I copy and paste them over into MailChimp so that I can always go back to Google Docs and edit and tweak and then go back to MailChimp. Maybe I change the color of my call to action button, or maybe I change the subject line or whatever. But just get the emails written today or take the next week, write your emails, and then you can always go back and tweak things, okay? A couple other things real quick I wanted to bring up on that is spacing matters. So I don't know if you've ever opened an email list, and if you see a big long paragraph, I never read it. I'm like, oh no, that's too long. That's too much reading. But if there's a lot of spacing, then it's just easier on your eyes and you can skim through it faster. So I never put more than 2 to 4 sentences together, and then I do in the next space and the next space. It's just easier to read and easier on the eyes. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say on that one. Next slide. Okay, so final little notes here is, and I did this a ton, opt into your top 3 competitors and just to get ideas. What are they doing? What are they saying? I do this all the time. I'll look at one of their emails and it's like, ooh, I really like that. I'm gonna use that idea and put it in your own words or whatever, make it yours, your voice. But opting into your competitors' email list or somebody that you have a goal to, like, oh, I really like this person, I'm gonna opt in and see what they're doing. Somebody that's successful or whatever, sign up for the email list. Okay, that's one of my biggest tips for you guys today. See what they are doing, and then mimic what they're doing. We talked about that, having the line breaks. Look into your own inbox, see which subject lines catch your attention, and say, how can I use that and apply it to my email or what I'm sending out. Have your dream customer in mind when writing your email. So my niche is midlife women over 40. So I'm not going to send an email out about, how to, the best exercises for diastasis recti. most women over 40 have had their children and they really don't care about that. So always have your niche in your mind when you're writing their emails. What are their pain points? What types of things are they struggling with? And those are the types of emails that you want to write. Okay. Look at your stats and your open rates and recreate the ones that performed well. Keep the main message and call to action above the fold, because most people don't read the entire email from top to bottom. So if you got something important to get out, then put it above the fold. Don't purchase your email list, because those people are not going to want to hear from you and you're going to get really bad conversion rates. And then, like I said, I just can't reiterate that enough. Don't treat your email list like a booty call, okay? You've got to provide value, then sell. Because if all you're going to do is, if the only time they ever hear from you is when you're trying to push a sale, they're just going to tune you out, okay? All right, I think that's the last slide. FitBudd, did you have something else you wanted to add? Anything?
Yeah, thank you, Jani. That was really helpful for everyone, I'm sure. I saw a lot of people taking notes. So before we move on to the questions, guys, I'd just like to take a minute to talk about FitBudd for all the participants who are new to the platform. FitBudd is a unified platform to make online personal training truly personal. With FitBudd, each trainer gets their own website and integrated payments. You also get a portal and an app to manage your clients, and your clients get their own mobile app to work out, to log in their nutrition intakes, to track progress, and all of these insights and analytics, they're available to you in real time as their trainer. So FitBudd has thousands of features carefully curated to make online personal training easy and more efficient. So if you're ready to take the next step for your business, you can book a free call with us. We will be sharing the link in the chat box shortly. Until then, let's just address the questions, because I saw there were a lot of questions for you, Jani. People are really appreciating this webinar. So the very first one would be, for the 3 keep in touch emails, how long do you wait in between the emails before sending a new one?
Again, it kind of depends on what you're sending out, what the freebie is or whatever they signed up for, or whatever you delivered. So I mentioned my, free week. I try to get all of my emails, my keep in touch emails within that week, so that the 7th day they get that last email. So I have my delivery email that goes out right away. Then I have my next keep in touch email, which is about 2 hours later. And then I think 2 days, and then like every 2 days are the other ones are going out. So it's not every day, but just like every other day within that week's period of time. But if you have say you have a 30-day challenge or something like that, then you're going to space them out just a little bit more. You might want more than 3 keep in touch emails. But so it just kind of depends on, what it is that what are they getting, and what kind of support are they going to need? How long do they need that support for that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So the next question is that, are you manually front loading these emails into each cadence?
So with the automation, you create it one time. Okay. So I think MailChimp calls it an email journey. So you're going to go to MailChimp and you're going to create an email journey. And I think with MailChimp, you have to, they have different levels of, you can sign up. They have like their free plan. Then they have their, their paid plan. The email journeys is in one of their paid plans, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it to not have to go in and manually re-email all those same emails over and over again. It's just a pain and just busy work. And so this gets rid of the busy work. It automates it all. And that way you can save your time for doing what you do best, right? So you're going to go into MailChimp or whatever, your platform that you're using. And you're going to create a MailChimp calls it an email journey. And then there's certain trigger points. So And this is again where you might have to go on YouTube and say how to create an email journey, because it might be a little overwhelming, especially if you are new to all of this. But just start today with writing your emails. Just get those, 7 emails, written. And then you can go in and, either whether you're following a tutorial on YouTube or, MailChimp does have lots of help articles that you can check in, but just go to the email journeys. And then you're going to say, when somebody opts into your audience, then you can create a trigger. And that trigger is you're going to choose send email. And then you write the email, you put in the email that it's going to send. And then it kind of goes down the line. Then they wait for the, wait 2 days. You can put in, wait 2 hours, wait 2 days, wait 1 week, whatever. And then you're going to say, send another email. And then it just kind of works your way down. And so that you can input all those different emails that you wrote in Google Doc.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just saw one more question regarding some courses that you were mentioning at the start of the call. So do you have some suggestions for people here, what all courses they should take for email marketing?
Okay, well, so email marketing was just one. I took an 8-week course for online business, and it was through Natalie Hodson. Peak Business Academy is the one that I took, and this was just like one of the weeks, but it was the week that made the biggest impact on my business. It was like, this is the piece I am missing, because again, I felt like I was just spinning my wheels with all this busy work. And once I learned about the email automation, I was like, yes, okay, this is what I need. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that teach, online business stuff. And to be honest, her course was really good. But I think I would have benefited a little bit more from somebody who is specifically in the fitness field. Hers was just basically a blanket for a course for anyone that has a digital product. So it didn't matter what field you were in. It was just anybody who has a digital product. It was good. It was good. But I think if I were to do it again, I would choose somebody that was, specifically in the fitness field.
All right. I think that's all the time we have today. So if you guys have any more questions, you can reach out to us on the email ID that's displayed on your screens right now. That is connect@fitbud.com. Thank you to everyone for joining. And a big, big thank you to you, Jani, for taking out time and guiding us all today.
Okay.
Yeah, this was really wonderful and a fruitful session for sure. So trainers, thank you so much for being here. And we will see you guys in the next webinar. Until then, take care, everyone.
We'll see you later.
Yeah.